It's definitely long overdue. The video about growing chilies, growing tomatoes and peppers, pricking out, repotting, transplanting. As you can see here, I've already prepared it, just with pots filled only with soil. Then, pricking out capable plants. What does pricking out capable mean? They are long overdue. They should have been repotted a long time ago. Because on this side, you can see plants that are exactly the same age as those. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. It's time to repot them. And what you see, they are stagnating a lot in growth, which means they are hindering each other in their development. When you look at this now, it's already extremely impressive. How much the chili has developed in comparison to those that are in the pot, in the community pot, how the whole pricking out process works. And I'll show you the sowing right away. I just need to find a little chili seed now, and then I'll show you how the sowing works. See you in a bit. So here I've found the chili seed. In this case, it's a brown habanero. You can now get chili seeds almost everywhere. At the hardware store as well as online. I would recommend you, if you want special varieties, like this brown habanero or a really hot variety, even hotter, and so on, then you'll only find that online. Simulus.de is a good site. This isn't meant to be an advertisement. That's where I got my seeds from. So, you probably know these little packets if you've dealt with chilies. So, how does the sowing work now? It's basically quite simple. As for pricking out, you also need a stick for that. Which stick do you use? It doesn't really matter. You can use a pencil, a skewer, an old toothbrush, a ballpoint pen. It doesn't really matter. Nightshade plants are, contrary to what their name suggests, light germinators, but that doesn't mean you can't bury these seeds in the soil. My personal experience is that they grow more stable and better when you plant them about half to a whole centimeter deep in the soil. As you just saw, I just made a little hole, and into this little hole, you just put the chili seed. Flop. That's it, cover it, water it. Done. So, this is the brown habanero. Of course, it's also very important that your chili gets a name. For that, there are these nice little plant labels. Then you just write habanero on it, and then preferably also brown, so that you know later what kind of chili this is. So, that would be basically done. Just water it. You don't need to soak the chili. That's all unnecessary. Chilies, tomatoes, nightshades, plants in general. They're very simple plants. So, that's it now. Put it to the side, just add some water, and that's how it was. So, and now how does it go with the pricking out? If you're wondering what this white layer is on this pot, it's just, lime wash. So, how does the pricking out work? Basically, it's just like with sowing. You just take a pencil or a stick or a pricking tool or an old toothbrush or a pen. It doesn't matter at all. You make a little hole in the pot. Of course, in terms of depth, just as it suits the chili. I'm grabbing my, what is this? Zabai chili tree. So let's take these for a moment. Just go in here with the stick. Just fiddle around a bit to loosen it up. Then we can grab the chili here. You can see it already has very, very long roots. We'll just cut them off at a certain length. We see, we can go in that deep. Speaking of depth, you can go in as deep as where the seed leaves start here. So the plant will develop even more root structure. So you just gently stuff that in here. A little bit into the pot. And tapping. That was the whole magic. I'm going to do it again now. I've prepared enough pots. It's best if you do it somewhere where you can work, where you can really suck it up properly. That's always the nicest way in this case. It's actually not that much. She probably broke off so many roots just from being dug up, but that's okay. Just stuff it right into the hole. So, these chili plants are currently at a different stage of development. I would say, in terms of growth, they are quite a bit behind these chilies, as you can see now. You might think that one has just germinated, However, that will change dramatically in the next few days. As soon as they start their root growth, they will first fill the pot with their roots. And as soon as that happens, the shoot will really take off. So you will be wondering, at first nothing will happen with the shoot. Then you'll be thinking, what's going on there? Is it broken? No, it's not broken. It's just busy forming roots. And for that, it obviously needs to generate a certain amount of energy because now it has enough space. And after that happens, it will really take off. So always give it a little tap to make sure every corner gets covered. It's caught. Then here the next pot. So that we can get this done, I'm going to finish this up quickly. And then you saw that, and then they can't say that I made a video about it. So, all of this works quite simply with all the nightshade plants. Of course, you should also label these plants accordingly. The last plant. I'm leaving it in the... I could leave the cards in the original pot, but I won't do that. Because here is coconut substrate. And the substrate contains almost no nutrients at all. That means here I've used regular potting soil. There are alternative nutrients in there so that the plant can really power up. It's going into a pot with the appropriate substrates now. So here we have a pot ready to go. For the famous saying, I've prepared something here. So just the last little hole. The last chili. And into the little hole. So plant a little, press it down, put the label in, and that's it. And here we see the result of today's procedure. And yeah, here we go again. And how it will all look. I'll quickly show you now. That's why we're going to do a quick transition. Hold on. We're moving over here, and here we can see everything I've sown this year. Here we have a black naga, so something really very spicy. Then the typical rocoto with its hairy leaves. It's probably not going to be really awesome until next year. Grow up, so you should keep rocoto for several years. Then another black naga. What do I have here? Habanero, CGN. 207. What do I have here? Chili top. Chili. And then a phoenix, as you can see here with the yellow sticks. It's cruel sadness. The mosquitoes this year are really intense, but I've got them under control. That's no problem at all, just put in a few yellow traps. I wasn't so enthusiastic about these things before, but they work, and then of course no mosquitoes. So what you see here, the big ones, those are my tomatoes. I also grew these myself this year, but I will buy a few other varieties as well. Yes, and my basil is finally growing now. Here I also have a few habaneros that I need to repot. What do we have here from the habanero? A Vincent sweet habanero. The best habanero there is. No heat, but full habanero flavor. I can only recommend it. It's just great for cooking. So you don't get bored. I would say now, have fun with the chili sowing. It's about time. And until the next video.